What's good, Raider Nation? It's your boy, G underscore Money Raiders, aka Galen, coming to you another edition of My Take. All right, y'all. I know I'm a little late, so I apologize. I had did a video earlier, but for some strange reason, I don't know, it just wasn't coming out. So, right now I'll be using my phone until I get my camera. So, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification when I hit a new video for you guys. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's just talk about the offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. So we're going to start off with offense. I want to give a great big shout out to Derek Carr for, stepping up in this game. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, buts. I'm still not, going to come off of, feeling the way I feel for Derek, but it's just that Derek's got to stay consistent throughout each week, not like have the 3-game losing streak, that went down. So I want to give a shout out to Derek Carr for coming up. His game was 26 of 39 for 379 yards. Anytime he throw for over 300 yards, we always win. So that's the key. Want to give a shout out to Hunter Renfrow, Deshaun Jackson, Josh Jacobs, for coming through today. Josh Jacobs, man, ran the ball for 22 carries for 87 yards. I mean, that's the most of his carries we've ever given him, and it paid off because if you think about it, time of possession, we beat Dallas in time of possession. We held the ball longer, and that's how you keep other teams from not winning or keeping up with you. Is you gotta keep the ball, and I know a lot of it had to do with penalties, but it is what it is. So, I want to say, for the receivers, I want to give a shout out to the receivers because they did help in this game. Hunter Renfrow had 8 catches for 134 yards. Deshaun Jackson had 3 receptions for 102. He could have had more had the DB not was holding on to him or whatever, and then Derek threw some kind of shaky balls to me in that process. But still, I think he could have had more yardage than what he had the balls been, really thrown out there with some, some kind of consistency of, getting to the receiver or at least giving him a chance to win. I mean, it is what it is. Brian Edwards didn't really show up 1 for 12, but I'm believe y'all, this is how Brian Edwards, because I'm going to give him a pass because I still believe like last year he was hurt a lot of last year. I mean, he really didn't come into himself until the end of last year. So this year I'm going to give him, this is like really his rookie year, or really playing the whole season because half the season he was hurt last year. So I'm not really going to get on him like that. I'm just going to say, just keep going at it, kid, because, you're special and things are going to turn around for you. The O-line, man, I want to give that Dallas defense is something else, man, because that boy Micah Parsons is no joke, y'all. He gave Colton Miller hell. He gave Brandon Parker fits, hell, and acid, heart attacks, everything in that game, man. I mean, they did what they could do to slow him down as best as they can. They gave up 3 sacks. And Carr got sacked. And one of those sacks, I believe Carr could have just, instead of standing there allowing Michael Parsons to sack him, Carr should have at least felt the pressure and bounced out and got himself out of there to at least either throw the ball away or extend the play, one or the other. So, but beggars can't be choosy. So, but the offensive line did fairly well considering that everybody said that Derek Carr wasn't going to have enough time to be able to get any balls down the field. And for you to have 2 receivers with over 100 yards shows that something happened because D Jackson had had a 50-yard reception. Hunter Renfrow had a 50-yard, and Josh Jacobs could have had one that kind of would have ripped and went a long way had he not dropped that pass. So I mean, think about it. Derek could have had 400 yards today, easy. So kudos to the offensive line. Kudos to Derek Carr. Kudos to the receivers for stepping up. Hope Waller is okay. Still don't know quite yet. I mean, nobody's really saying nothing. They're saying it's not a big deal, but, when it comes to leg injuries, it's up in the air. It's like a coin flip. So y'all know how it is. Defense. I want to give the defense mad props, man. mad props. Even though they allowed the Cowboys to get back into the game, two passes on Casey Hayward Jr. is what really like hurt, you know. But I don't understand how the defense was allowing Dallas to do these short, quick passes and then allowing them to go underneath and killing them underneath. I mean, I thought Gus Bradley's defense was a bend but don't break, but at the same time, you should be able to jump balls if people are, going underneath. I mean, that's just me, but they were doing a lot of pick routes to me in that game and trying to do a lot of trick plays in the game in order to get the victory. So, but kudos to Yannick for getting a sack. So he got his eighth sack of the year, which gives him, I think that's what, how many years he's been there? 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and league. I don't know. He's been in the league for a minute, but he's had at least 8 sacks plus or more every year that he's been into the league. So just give it up for Yannick for being consistent, because it was a little skeptical and iffy for me in the beginning. So, so the game itself played itself and want to give itself, what it was. Defensively, they stopped the Cowboys where it was needed, and that was in overtime. The 3-and-out played a big, significant part of what took place. Yes, do I know it was a lot of penalties? Yes, it was a lot of penalties. But overall, it was 14 both ways. So I don't want to hear no Cowboys coming on here talking about, oh, the refs cheated for y'all, the refs gave it to y'all. Well, 14 is 14. And the play and the pass interferences that were called on the y'all's DB was legit, man. They were legit. He was grabbing, he was holding, he was pulling, he was yanking. I mean, they weren't the best for a car throwing it wise, but it is what it is. So with that being said, I want to give the defense straight props. I want to also give Littleton props, because this is, to me, one of his better games that he's had. Hankins, one of his better games that he's had. Perryman, just Perryman. And I want to give Abrams, because Abrams had 10 tackles, y'all. He was all over the place in this game. Period. All over the place. But I like the fact that how Littleton was in his ass about not being where he was supposed to been at. And it was good in the end that Abrams said, big dog, you're right. I wasn't. I need to be more careful about it. So I want to give the defense a little bit more on props about that. So with that being said, defense get a kudos for me, because they did what they needed to do in the end. Even though I wanted them to stop them in the end of not having to tie the game, but they still stopped them where it was needed, and that was in overtime to get the ball back for the offense. So I want to give a shout out to Mariota. They brought Mariota in. The first time it didn't go all as well, but the second time we got the touchdown. And I'm starting to believe that maybe it's time to use him in certain plays down in the end zone, to where to make it more, get more red zone efficiency going on down there too. Get more sevens and threes, because these 3 points is not what we need. We need sevens. Sevens is what's going to help us win. Because I really wanted them to go up 21-6 as opposed to 17-6 in the early part of the game. So, shout out to to the whole team in itself. The coaching, Rich Bisaccia, to me, my friend, you need to grow some, man. Go for some of them fourth downs, man. Go for it. I don't like how the way you guys allowed, with almost 2 minutes and a half, or 2 minutes left in the game, and you ran a play before the 2 minute warning. You should have just allowed the 2 minute warning go. It was what, second and 2 or third and 2. Easy way to get the first down, and you guys still went and got blasted, to be able to have Carson kick that long field goal. I mean, you could have ran the game out, man. Clock management and how the way you called that game toward the end shouldn't have been that way, because you could have just ran the game out toward the end. And with that being said, man, Bisaccia, if you're not coaching this team to get the head coaching job, well, coach it like you want to coach, as if you were going to be the head coach, in my book. That play right there was pivotal. It could have turned the whole thing around. We probably wouldn't even went into overtime, giving Dallas enough time to come back to tie the game up. So it is what it is, y'all. I'm just coming in and just saying this is my opinion about the game. I'm glad the team finally got off the schneid. 3-game losing streak is over with. On to Washington. I will be back to do a video for y'all about Washington and keep this whole thing going. I want to thank y'all for always coming in. Thank y'all. I really, really, really thank y'all for commenting and bringing your opinions to me about what you guys think. All right. Peace out, Raider Nation. It's your boy G_Money Raiders, aka Galen, signing out.